gonna break it down as I go though. All right, hold on. So we originally I was thinking in my head, for one, I want this to be like when I heard the song, for when I've been heard the song, right? And then when he asked me to do it, I said, okay, yeah, of course we can do it, right? And I shot him some ideas, or not ideas, from like kind of like template of what like I wanted to make it look like. And I showed him this video. I think it was Larry June, one of the Larry June videos. It don't matter which one, to be honest. It's just, I mean, I think it's him with one. It was him and this one, bro, 60 Days. You know, and I'm muted because copyright, but throughout this whole video, it's just, for one, it's 4x4. You know what I'm saying? Aspect ratio. And I was like, that's got to be something that we shooting for. I have to have that. Right? Oh, on some of these it's 4x4, right? Right. So, or actually, no, I don't think this one is. It might be the different video that's 4x4. But anyway, it don't matter. I want the look to have, I wanted to have this look, right? You know what I'm saying? I was watching this. There it is. I was watching it. And of course we ain't got all the luxurious houses, but we can still make it work. Florence is a beautiful area, dog. We can make stuff work. You know what I mean? And that's what we shot for, and that's what we did. And I just knew, like, yeah, it's got to have the same look. It's got to even have like what we just seen Alchemist. He was just smoking like that VCR type of effect on it. That's cold, bro. You see what I'm saying? So I was shooting for that. And I sent them that video, and I sent them like one more video. I was like, yo, bro, we do this like this. Of course, he was up with it. This was before we even started shooting. And I told him 3 locations. For one, I definitely wanted this at night, because for one, I hadn't seen none of y'all, and I'm never doing any of my work based on what none of y'all doing, as far as anybody in the 2.5 videographer or whatever, you know. Right. I'm never doing that, but I hadn't seen anybody do this. So I was like, okay, let me go to the top of the new parking deck and go crazy at night. Right. I knew I wanted that. That was the first thing that I thought about. I also thought about, hey, let's go to McFarland, right? Because that's crazy. I already done a video there. That's something that's just gotta be, that bridge is just insane. And this is his pop's crib, right? Or this is not his pop's crib, but his crib that he owned, right? So he said, let's go in front of that. Say less. You know, I'm with that. They folks gonna know that. You know what I'm saying? So that was the 3 locations. And then actually we had just a few locations in here, but I cut out like 2 of them because I was like, that's not even fitting the vibe that I'm going for, and stick with what we had. That's all about video editing though, especially when it comes to like trying to find the right location, bro. You have to, like, when it turns around and it's time to edit it, it's got to be the same type of vibe, right? You can't be like at we had the football field. Like, I liked the football field, but it was just like, it just wouldn't fit in the vibe. You know what I'm saying? It was at Broadley for a little minute. This spot, he came last minute with this. This is his restaurant in Coleman, right? You know, this he came last minute, bro. I wasn't even thinking about this. He threw this at me, and he was like, bro, you think I can squeeze this in? I'm like, bro, of course. You know, and then he asked me what view was better. He gave me views, dog. I picked this one because this is tough, right? I added a blue tint over it to make it like I added a blue tint to kind of drastically like show that, hey, this is CCTV footage. You see what I'm saying? It's a CT. That's why you see a lot of like bluish. It's a bluish tint to it. I added that just to like drastically, or hey, this is a CTV. This is footage. I'm trying to show this right here from the get go, bro. That three, them three. I originally had something different. I originally had the bridge right here, like going under the McFarland Bridge, the bridge with, and then no, actually I had it right here where it was. I left the dice, bridge, and then the necklace. I knew I wanted the necklace to say the title video, you know what I mean? And I had it there and I was like, bruh, the opening has got to at least like grab attention. I was like, so I took the bridge out and I looked because I love the dice right there. You know what I mean? I love the dice. And I liked him shooing away the camera because the clip said, I thought you were bad, So he kind of shooing them away and they're like, nigga, I'm not hearing that. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm on. That right there. That, and I did that when we was at the parking garage and he had that on. I was like, bro, let me get this real quick because I already knew, like, yeah, I'm gonna have, that's tough right there, What else? Oh, and I added the opening scene credit thing that y'all see right here. I added that like after I got done putting after things were done. What I like to do editing wise, and I'm not even like, this is the way I edit. I shoot everything, and then I pick out the clips that I like the most, and I put it together as if it was like a puzzle. You know what I mean? So I don't do my edits until after. I don't do my like effects. I might do a fade transition to make it blend better, right? But I'm not adding my effects until like the video was done. You know what I mean? So I added that at the end, the opening credit scene, opening bars at the top, because I knew I was like, yeah, this is tough right here. That car scene, we was in a car actually. We was on the way to the next destination. And I was like, bro, I need to shoot something. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just sitting in the car and not doing nothing, So I'm just trying to, and that's what I'm like, really, that's what I'm trying to do better is like the small things, bro, is literally the big picture or the big separation between a lot of this stuff. As far as when it comes to video editing and shooting what I want to see, I got to have that. I need to have this, right? Because he on the phone and it's a transitional thing. We going to the next destination, yeah. But it's still a nice shot for him to be driving and me to get in this shot right here. It's important, right? This is on the deck. I said that already. It's the small things. I slowed this one down. I think he was just messing around at that point. This shot, I was thinking about this shot for a while and I wanted to do it with somebody. This shot right here. So I brought my tripod and I hiked it up to the highest, right? What height it could be on. And and this is on top of the deck, right? And of course this is that church. And then this is the housing authority spot. And we right here on I forgot what street name this is. We in Florida, bro. Y'all know. New deck. And yeah, I've been wanting to do this shot for a while on just somebody at night, natural lighting. You know what I'm saying? This is no artificial lights, bro. That's why I went to the top for one. Yeah, and I just put him right there and told him just vibe, you know what I mean? And just nod your head. We actually did a whole shoot right here, like of the song. And I just, I'm clipping and dragging what I want in and out of. That's what I like to do. Like, I just need a whole shot of you just right here because in editing, it's easier. You know what I'm saying? It's easier for me to get what I want to see. It's easier for me to pick and choose what I would like. You know what I mean? This right here, bro, he came up with this. He came up with this, and I wasn't even seeing it. He said, why don't you have me like jumping from seat to seat like that? And I was like, bro, that's cool. Like I wasn't even thinking about that. You know what I mean? I wasn't even hearing that. Oh, I wasn't seeing that at all. And then he, he said that. I was like, bro, that's something that definitely we need to do. Somebody hasn't done yet, or at least from around here, they hadn't done. And we just went crazy. And I added this, I added the like effect of, I think it's like a 90s camcorder. That's what give you that like old film look, like that 90s Sony, like camcorder look or whatever. That's why it's looking like that. Even that one too, like I added, of course it's still on here as well. But this one is really when it shine because it's handheld. That's what I'm saying. So it's handheld like that, and then they give you that like as if I pulled out an old camcorder, but I didn't. I shot this all on one camera. Everything you see, I shot on one camera. Except that he gave me that footage. That's another edit that's in CapCut, but this is definitely a handheld thing. It's another scene that we did at his house. Oh, he was sitting on the car. Same thing, but that's the thing. With the edits, I never want to like drown it out. You know what I mean? I don't want to like try to make it like, it's still got to be smooth at the end of the day, right? I'm not trying to OD on the effects. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to take away from the video. Yeah, the video is tough, but at the same time, I don't want my effects to like, and I'm still kind of working on that. I don't want my effects to take away from the whole thing. I just want to add it here and there, like, like sprinkles. You know what I mean? Like, see, even that flare right here that come up, I added that. Right there. That might be my favorite one. I ain't gonna lie. That black and white. This one. I also added I forgot to say this. I add LUTs also. And if you don't know what a LUT is, it's basically a color grading, thing. I forgot what it stands for, but they call it LUT. And it basically, it changes the color of your film to make it match whatever you would like to see, like a cinematic look, a black and white look, even maybe even a monochrome or something crazy like that. If you want it, it's there. But I kind of, like I said, I added that blue tint from the CCTV footage. And I added another tint under like this scene. I added another LUT under this scene, but I just added that 90s look tint there to kind of like top it off. You'll see it later on in the video. There's another 90s right there. Now that's raw. I don't think I touched that. I might have just added a LUT on that. This right here. You know what I'm saying? I might have just added the LUT to get a look that I was wanting, which is it's this, like, we can barely see his face right here. His face, of course, his features, but it's right here. It's like inside of the rag is dark. That's what I want. And it's like handheld. In the car, I have an in-car filter that I use for that, for all in-car shots that I do. Now this one I found on, what was this? What do I use? What's the name of that current CapCut, right? I said that earlier. But I was looking for like because he said we making movies. She love how I act or something like that, right? Pull up with that. Right, we making movies. She love how I act. So I gotta play into what he's saying as well. I want us to grab everything and grab everybody, you know what I'm saying? So DVD, video, you know what I mean? I had to add that, bro. It was crazy. And then even as he said, you know, she see me in the Addy, I pull up with that. We in the car. We can make a move. She love how I act. You see what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm just trying to grab. I'm trying to grab the audience. That's all. Yeah. That is one of my favorite ones too. That triple, you know. That clap part too, I like. I didn't want to. I was about to do something other. I was about to do something crazy with that, but I didn't want to. Again, I didn't want to, you know, overdo it. And I think I did enough with that flash, that small flash that you see. That's an effect right there. Bang, right there. You know what I'm saying? And then it fade into him dancing like that with the 90s effect on there because it's handheld. You see what I'm saying? So I'm really trying to play to my strengths this whole time. You know what I mean? I had the gimbal, and you can see where I did use it sometimes, like right here. I believe I used it, but no, that's handheld. But that's definitely no, that's gimbal. That's gimbal. I'm sorry. Trying to play to my strengths. It don't matter, you know. Either way, you play to your strength. That's just a shot I took. He was on the phone, nothing like that one. Oh, you see. I was 360 and around him right there, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I went almost fell out and dizzy, bro. Hold on. Right here. This scene. That was one of the last ones I did. That was pretty good. I was just going around him in a circle and he was just rapping, you know, forward. I told him to face forward. And just rap. You can even see my tripod in the back. I was mad about that, but I was like, I seen that when I went home. I seen that when I went home. I was like, it is what it is, bro. You're gonna have to, it's cool, you know. This is by the dock, of course. And I like this transition right here that I added to. Right there. Yeah, that's a 360 right there. Just give me a chance. Fade out, fade in. He gave me this picture the night before, yesterday. He was like, bro, could you put that, and he put my pops in here and his granddad in here, his pops, granddad. And I was like, he was like, at first I didn't know what part he wanted me to put it at because I had a lot, and some, you know, some people who, you know, edit videos, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like when the client asks you after it's done, it's like, you know, let me see if I can do it. Maybe not, no promises. That's basically what it was. But I found, he told me where, and I was like, okay, I see it now. I definitely can put them, I can put them back here. At first I was going to throw them back up here, but it looked weird because it was a cut. It was straight cut down here, like a straight, you know. And I was like, I need to, first off, enlarge. I enlarged them. I cut the background picture off that he had because it was, I think it was a wall back here, and I did auto cut background, and CapCut is really good at that. One of the best I've seen, actually. They cut the background out of that. I got the pops right here, right? And granddad. And then I added, like, as if you cut them out of the picture. Now, this is another, I'm telling you, bro, CapCut on one. This is another CapCut effect, dog, that I haven't seen before. They in a bag over there, you know, to add that cutout. For one, I added the cutout. Then I added a fade in effect on this one picture. And then I added another, like, cutout as if we cutting the head out, you know, and to tell the audience, hey, this is Pops right here. You know, this is Pops. That's why I asked him last night, is Pops on the right? And he was like, yeah, okay, cool. And I added, that's why you see it kind of jump out like that. So fade in and then jump out. You know what I mean? It's like 2 seconds. And but granddad over here, he's still moving around too. You know what I mean? It's tough. fade out. I really like that. Again, that's the second time you seen that black and white. Cause I, I thought that was the coolest thing. And then he pushes. So he pushes like with his hands right here. Push. And now that I'm seeing it, I'm kind of. But I guess they come with the. I might should have. Well, on the original, he on this scene, he actually pushed out with this arm, and then he faded like that, and then I had the effect. But sometimes, sometimes you just gotta play with what you got. Sometimes the little thing ain't gonna get it, or it's not gonna like show, but it still made it happen. It's the same as effect. Push, yeah, push the camera, come back. Like that, you know what I mean? And that in itself, for one, that was cool with me. At first, I was fine with what I had, even without that black and white flash, because I was like, at first I didn't have that black and white flash, of course, and it was just that pushback. I know y'all can't. I'm gonna show y'all later, but it was that. And I was like, nah, that's tough because I love when I automatically do something without even no edits, and then it's just crazy like that. But I was like, let me throw this on there. You know what I'm saying? But it wouldn't have looked so good if I hadn't done that. If I hadn't done the it wouldn't look so natural if my camera movements was rigged and jagged and just everywhere. It had to be smooth. This is all hand placement too. You know what I mean? So that's straight raw, except I got a LUT. And I had that on not gimbal, but I had that on the tripod. This I told him, this is also a tripod, and I just told him to look that way and rap. You see how the light, you see how the shadow is just on, and I added this, of course, all that burned stuff, jumping around, monochrome. But you see how the dark light is just, it's just the shadows. You know what I mean? Is where it's supposed to be. But that's exactly what I was looking for when we did that at night. You make me a Mac. That boy Adam, boy. That's what I was when he did that. You know what I mean? That's what I was telling, bro. Like, and that's another thing, bro. With the music has got to be an actual. It's got to be good. You know what I mean? To me, it's better that way. You know what I mean? It's easier to edit as well. Let's just keep it a bean. It's easier to edit if the music is good. You know what I mean? So when he asked me to do that, I was like, bro, definitely, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? I'm only doing good music around here. You know what I mean? I'm not doing no trash. It's got to be fire. You know what I mean? So. And you can tell he actually liked the song. You know what I mean? So put in my arm, make me a Mac. Yeah. Hey, Adam, dog. If y'all know Adam, he a character in itself. So I wanted to show that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to show Adam being Adam. And this is definitely him. And I added, of course, the LUT, and I added the effect of the 90s again. Of course, I'm going back to that. You can even see it with these ripples and ridges up here if you look close enough. I didn't want nothing super drastic, or super crazy, because that was another edit. I was like, bro, that's kind of taken away from the video a little bit, and I didn't want that. Because I still wanted this. This is the bridge, bro. And this is, the Ross. We had McFarlane, you know what I mean? It's just a great view. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to let it do itself. You feel what I'm saying? This is another one I grabbed from that, from earlier, because I was like, yeah, this is, well, we did that with the truck, right? Remember? Did it with the truck jumping around. I said, let's do it on the rocks, Of course, he added his own. That part, that moon part, I didn't know what to do right there. I just knew when he did that, pointed up in the sky, I tried to follow his arm, and it didn't do all the way. But I added that effect, and I added the same effect right here, the little square, which was, I think it was here. Yeah, it's the same one, and I really like that one too. And it's at night, so you can barely see it a little bit. I added a little bit of some stars up here too. You can barely see it because I wanted to be quick. And I added the moon, this moon thing, like switching the moon. Of course, you're talking about the moon again, playing to his lyrics. And then I added a transition at the very end. This one. Just the same transition that I did with when he did this one right here. The same one. You know, it's the same. I'm trying to keep it, and I like doing the same edits. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do a whole different edit, like, and trying to take away from the whole thing, because I feel like you lose the audience. You know what I'm saying? They too worried about the edit. They too worried about the effect. You know what I'm saying? So I try to stay within the range of what's going on. You see what I'm saying? That I did. Now that might be the most drastic edit I might have even done. I felt like I usually don't like that type of stuff, me personally, but I was trying to stress myself a little bit on this project, because I had never done like something like 3D like that before, but it fit well. This of course 90s again, filter, and I actually did a slow-mo while I was cutting this part up. And I had more here, like even before, but I faded it out because it was taking too long, and I liked it better. Of course, I wasn't seeing no birds when I first did it, but I was like, I did the cut and I added a transition. Of course, we in the mid transition, and then I cut this part when he was sitting on his car. And he had two phones in the hands. He was talking about the birds. I want to move, I want to groove. And I felt like that part was one of the toughest part of the song. I like, I'm on the move, I'm on the groove. Looking for birds to fly through, you know. I'm trying to play into that. I felt like that was, I'm on the move. I wanted to really hit that part. I'm on the move, I'm on the, looking for birds to fly, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to slow-mo it, you know what I mean? But hit hard. You see what I'm saying? Trying to go crazy, really. I added but I'm on the tail end of that transition edit. So it's giving me a big boom, like it's giving me a big pop out at the end of it. You see what I'm saying? You see that small, that slight, you know what I mean? And I slowed it down. That's not even, he ain't even lip singing to that part right there. I just added that in because it looked good. You can't even tell, but we so locked into what the music doing. That's what I'm saying. You don't want to take away from what the music doing. You know what I mean? That's why I added the doves at the end, because, and he kind of looking at the doves too, as his head going, you know what I mean? Because they going that way, watch. You know what I mean? Going into the next scene. Crazy. Him vibing again. That I did. I had recently did that with my own one. I think I did that like a few years ago. I was playing around in CapCut, and I did like the lightning eyes and the, like, what is this, like Superman something. I was like, let me try that again. Like when he's take his hands off, I was saying to myself, when he take his hands off of his head, then do it. Because he said he cropped to or something like that, right? So make that junk shoot out of his eyes, make the lightning strikes as well with the smoke. You know what I mean? And then do do a little bit more here that I found last minute. Start moving his arm around. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to play into it again. That same transition I like. That one I like too as well. 90s edit again. It's the same spot we was at. This time he got the rag over his head. And he doing like what is it, 6 heads or whatever, 4 head, whatever. And then and as it's going, he's rapping. Plans, change the plan as soon as that beat hit. You know what I mean? That's what I aimed it for. And it's kind of even shake a little bit. Then he shake his head and they get back. You know what I mean? When he shake his head, it come back together. No, he went crazy. I wanted to throw a little bit more down. More. That's the same edit again, right? With the square. And of course I added, y'all remember I said I added the blue tint. You know, he having fun. This is no 90s film. This is just straight hand and a LUT. You know what I mean? We just going. That's 90s again. That's hand. Oh, this might be, that's gimbal. And I added this. I need to fix this so I can see that last bit. That's that same edit. Skid and then Y right here. And I was looking, it was raining and he was on the phone. And I was like, I need to get a picture of this, of just the water. Of course, I got the 90s film on it. And I got a small, like, I got a LUT as well, just to make it look like an old, you know, video. Yeah, bro. So that was it. You know, KaiflixProductions. I'm trying to get back to my actual name on here instead of my emblem, because people don't really know what that is. I want them to know who did it. And I was about to put my emblem like way in the front, but I'm trying to get away from that. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like right here, I was gonna put, you know, my emblem, you know, bursting out and then coming back together or something like that. But I was like, nah, I ain't trying to do that. Like, we know. We trying to lock in with Skidd right now. You know what I'm saying? We trying to hear the music and then we come back. You know what I mean? That's the videographer thing, I think. I like it. That's big time there. Them boys, they loving it, y'all. I mean, they loving it. They loving that. I mean, y'all, do y'all want to see which edits do y'all want to see? I can't even show y'all how. Let me go to what's the name, bro. I'm gonna open up DaVinci and walk y'all through the clips that I had. I don't even think I can. I might can. Hold on. This is CapCut. We had a lot of clips, bro. Let me just. Here we go. There's a lot going on here. So, edit. This is the final. All right. And this is what it was without, and I'll play this. I'll play it without any, whatchamacallits. I mean, it's the same thing. It just don't have all the edits, right? We just straight up. Let me just play it. I got you with bad. You ain't bad. You ain't nothing. The only edits here is just, you see already we don't have the opening credits. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that opening, you know, bars, right? Yeah, I got fades in here and that's it. That's all. Like transition fades to the next scene. That's all I got. And I got the title and LUTs. That's all. This is where I get all my LUTs from. Right. So here we go. I got you with bad. You ain't bad. You ain't nothing. My computer doing something weird.
love, you get this shit back. Knew what it was, can't settle for that. Gave you my time, can't get that shit back. I'm cool, I'm fine, roll up and relax. Lot on my mind, put you in the back. Put it behind you, make me a Mac. Gave you love, you get this shit back. Gave you love, you get this shit back. Chill, Bill, I wanna relax. I don't like the shit, I don't like.
It's a little slow because I'm running a lot in the background.
Gotta admit, I do like my snacks. Stick in the front and thick in the back. I check a number and I check her stats. Shawty your baddie, can't lie about the facts. She's in the Addy, I pull up with that. We making movies, she love how I act. Deep sleep.
How about that, bro?
Beep, beep, I dash off the map. I keep coming back. Each time it's a slap. Right to the face, she all in my cage, she all in my place. She making demands. Whole time, part of the plan. Whole slide, she got a new man. Fucking with me, cause I got the bands. I buy a drip, check out the stand. She superior, but ain't been to friends. Go where I want, she go where she can. We'll stop with the games, I need my advance. Made a mistake, just give me a chance. No way, Jose, shout out to my dad. Gave you love, you get it shit back. You get it shit back, you get it shit back. Knew what it was, can't settle for that. Gave you my time, can't get that shit back. I'm cool, I'm fine, roll up and relax. Lot on my mind, put you in the back. Put it behind you, make me a Mac. Gave you love, you get it shit back. Gave you love, you get it shit back. It was just you that I talked to. I got no choice but to block you. Don't even think about no walkthrough. Don't even try to go lock to. Pull up on me, he get knocked to. Straight to the moon, I just popped to. I'm on the move, I'm on the move. Looking for birdies to fly to.
Very different. Not really very different, but just a little, just a tad, you know. You know, that's why I added. So that's the LUT. And I added that. I really like that. I like that. And I was like, bro, maybe I should just throw something at the end of that. But that's it, you know. Very different. You know, hold on. Very different here. The moon, right? When are we talking about the moon? Here we go. But like I said, look, this is literally like just two pieces, bro. Hold on, let me meet this. Like it's two. You know what I'm saying? It's two pieces that I wanted, because this is normal. This clip, just this clip right here. This is what I'm talking about. Not that one. But this one. You know what I'm saying? So once this ends, the thing about it was this ends right here, right? But I have a a fade right there. So as this is getting out of here, as you see Adam on the left, he fading into this clip, which is normal speed. You see what I'm saying? So, but I started back here just to give me some room to work with, and I ain't fading in until now. So they see they see him at normal speed coming in, right? They see him at normal speed, and then I slow it down with him fully right here. And this is I think I slowed that down to like 50%, right? 30 frames still. I shot it all at 60. And this is 100% right here. That's what I'm saying. So this full speed, you see a little bit of that, and then he come back in, slow guy, and then he come out. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? I felt like that was one of I went crazy. Then I did the same thing going out. You know, I what you call it? Tinted that guy, and then I tinted him here to give me the same effect as before. You know what I mean? And just went like that. So this is how I look with music. I mean, I guess if you want to see it too. I did that all around again. I like doing the fades all around this video. You know what I'm saying? Right here, the birdie. We talking about the birdie right here, and of course I added the effects later on with the birds. Right here, all right here. You know what I'm saying? Bricks on the ground, he can't use. All that with the eyes and all that. It's not here yet, but I'm finna show you. That's where the head come in, the 6 heads or whatever it was, and then he shook his head and then he came back in. So he gave me that. He gave me this right here. Now this is a whole heat. Like I said, I like how we doing. How I record, bro. I like to we had like a few locations. See, I wasn't even here for that. He went to work and did this. We did primarily 3 locations, bro. And I was like, okay, so what we gonna do is we gonna shoot the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? We gonna shoot the whole thing, you know, at your pop's crib, you know, in front of the car. Actually, we did one in front of the car like this, and we did one in front of the car. I'm saying like he was standing right here, he was standing right there, back there, right here, right, and he did one like this, and I just picked what I wanted. Right, we can do a lot out of with just a little. That's the thing, though. You don't got to have something crazy. You just got to know what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? Just do it, right? And if you don't know how, bro, just look at some different videos. Just, bro, you know what video I looked at, bro? I looked at Gunna had just came out with this, bro. Gunna just came out with just say that, you know, whatever song it is. You want to feature my nigga? Just say that. And I was watching that. I was watching it. Dang, can I please go to YouTube or something? I was watching it the other day. And you know, well, I can't play it, but I know how I go. You want to feature that nigga? Just say that. I bought with the Maybachs. I'm like, you know how I do. And I really like this scene right here. Like when he was standing and doing this, you know, just with the vehicle like there. You know what I'm saying? With the Maybach. And he just vibing, you know. And I thought that was the coolest thing. And I was like, and of course we ain't got no Maybach, but I like the fact that we got his like his whip. You know what I'm saying? Like his whip is enough, dog. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gotta be no Maybach. This is a Toyota, a Tundra or whatever it is, or you know, what is that? You know, we own that. You know what I'm saying? It's just straight up. This is what it is. This ain't no fake bluffing or nothing. You know what I mean? That's what I like the most about it. You know, it's literally us, bro. We out here and we making it happen. And then that's what make the video tough. You know what I'm saying? We just jumping around. We doing it. You know what I mean? Rag over his head right here. You know what I mean? So I kind of took a little bit from that. I also took like, dang, SoundCloud. I'm not trying to open that. I took y'all seen the video, bro. I mean, he just being, you know, Gunna. And I just thought that of course I ain't do all that, but I wanted the same, like, you see how his videos in 4:4:2 as well, right? So I do that right before I even start edit. I'm setting my timeline in the 4x4, you know. And I think it's a different feel. It's a different look to the whole video, dog. You do that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. To me, I think it's, you know what I mean? I really think it stand out. Make the video pop a little bit. You know what I mean? And of course, they don't look like they changed the LUT. The LUT look like it's like they got a black LUT. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really like we own that type of time. We in Maybachs, nigga. We going through Atlanta with it. We don't care. You know, we on that type of time. You know, we got a bigger budget. You can do that type of thing. But yeah, they going crazy. But I like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said, I looked at Larry June. I did it. I looked at this video and I was like, yeah. So my markings right here, if y'all wondering, I mark that sometimes. I'll use a yellow for like a caution because I didn't know if I want to change that or not. So I put a yellow right here, a yellow marker, and I put change right there because I might change it or not. Blue is usually like I'm doing my blue is my usual beat, like I'm doing it for my beats, right? And I'm trying to measure out the clips as far as I want them to be, right? So right here, let me show. So I'm listening to Billy say, I thought you were bad. You ain't bad, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? So I'm using these to mark out where I want to be. So as wherever the blue is, he's saying, I thought you were. I thought you were. Or somewhere around that. You know what I mean? I thought you were bad. Of course it ain't gotta be. Well, I mean if you want to use it like that, you could, like if I can move it over. And you know, it's just something I like to, you know, do. And then I'm looking at my audio track as well. Wherever this thing is popping up like that, suddenly it's definitely an 808 or just a lyric or somebody just started rapping or something like that. So this is where I want to start. Of course, change. I said that already. And sometimes I do my own cadence right here. I did 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and I let them rock. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see these blues right here. 2, 1, 1, 2. You see what I'm saying? So I'm doing my own, like, some people didn't even, I don't know, some people didn't really see that, but that's kind of what I'm on. You know what I mean? That's KaiflixProductions right there, man. That's a little bit, you know what I mean? So, but that's what I'm throwing in, though, you know what I'm saying? And after that, I could go back to that 1, 2, 3, 4 thing if I wanted to, but now he didn't start rapping, so it ain't really time for that now. Now it's just like lip sync now. And pick the best clip you got. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. But I knew I had to get something off before he started. That's what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? I got to get my rocks off as he going. You know what I mean? Before he start. I got to let niggas, something got to capture y'all. You know what I mean? I thought you were bad. You ain't bad. You ain't nothing. So I'm on the beat right here. And I fade that in, and then I'm like, okay, let's get to it. 2, 1, 3, 4, 1, and now it's time to rap. And what we really another fade in, fade out, another fade in. You know what I'm saying? I don't like a chick, I don't like the chat. Yeah, so he on that. So we did all that, and then we come here, and I say, okay, I took it out of DaVinci, and I put it here, just like we just seen it. And I said, okay, I don't know. I said, okay, I want effects. This is effect time. I done the groundwork. Here go the fun part. This is the fun part. You know what I'm saying? That's how I like to look at it. So it can just be, it can go faster for me. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's smoother. So I'm like, okay, where we starting at? We starting at, I thought you were bad. Let's open this thing up. Right. I thought you were bad. Another thing that I forgot, I forgot I had this too as well. We open it up, and then, but it's black and white. And it's to color, this effect right here is bringing the color in slowly. You see what I'm saying? So as you can see, it's real quick. But it's bringing the color in, especially on the second one. I thought right here, because you can see a little bit of black and white right there, you know. But as we bringing it in, the color is coming and forming, right? Even on the red dice, you can see it's kind of black. As soon as you open it up, it's black, red, 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 black, 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 red, red, red. I mean, you know, color, and then we going. And let the, but don't overwork what you doing. You see what I'm saying? This right here is like a small blur. So that's what I added. I didn't want to OD it. As you can see, I didn't want to OD. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a real quick clip. You know what I mean? A lot of spaces right here because, again, I don't want to take away from the video. That's one that's very important. 90s. Okay, so you see that all around this whole video. Right? That's why I brought my 90s in. Did my clip that way. Just adding that 90s clip, 90s graphic to the handheld, it really, like, I might have even said it already, but it brings it out, dog. You know what I'm saying? It really does. Then we got that going on. Of course, that's the crayon type of thing with the little space. That's what I was talking about earlier. That's another vintage cutout that I like. I found that while doing the other video. That light leak. That's what I was talking about earlier. Yeah, that's that black and white in the old Focus. Really didn't need it though. It's all good. Radioactive jump. How it jump like that. Another 90s graphic. You know. That's why I added the DVD that. DVD collection. All right. I didn't even see that on there because I was up here and I searched up like camera or something like that. And it gave me that. This is a transition right here. And I didn't really even create space. All I did was create a cut so I could actually put, because they won't let you put a transition without it being a cut. I mean, which makes sense. But what I did was I just found out where I wanted to go or where I wanted to cut it at, which is kind of super drastic on here because of the transition. I mean, the effect is taking up like everything, so you can't really even see it. But it'll do. It did what I wanted it to do. So another one of those solar flare type of, you know what I mean? 90s graphic again. Nothing. Again, not trying to take away from what's going on. Same thing. Another transition coming up. Not trying to take away. I like that one because it was 3 of his heads and a flash to take it out and then film frame. You know, it's all about just trying to figure out what's gonna work for whatever clip you're trying to do. You see, this is different. This is different. Look, these are all purple. This is one I added like the other day. So I got like 3 edits on this one like picture. You know what I'm saying? Just to make it do what it did. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Black Flash, old footage again. I actually copied and pasted that and just put it over here from that first one that we did because I didn't know how to I can't remember how I did it, and I was like, let me just copy and paste it and just throw it over here. Punch holes, of course. Again, just trying to take a break from a break, and then coming back. You know what I mean? Just trying to get the eyes a little bit of rest. That was a lot, especially right here. That's the moon. You know what I'm saying? The birds. Break. Eyes again. Electric eyes, smoke. Break, transition. Go crazy right here. 90s graphic, rotating clone. Heads, you know, whatever. I had to keep that 90s on there just for a little bit until it moved out. I maybe could have done it just like to right here. Maybe just to, you know. And not even in the transition that he trying to show up clear. So maybe here I should have done that, but it's all good. I mean, that's part of it. He's still trying to get away with clear. That might have been good right there. Yeah, that might be fun. I'm cool, I'm fine, roll over nugget. Going back, clear God, 90s, finishing up with the 90s, really. I'm just finishing it up with the 90s. 90s all through. And then we going crayon with a beat. You know what I mean? Come in like that. I think that was pretty cool. I like that. Just real short, real sweet. KaiflixProductions. I was gonna do this right here, normal Kaiflix, and then I was like, nah, I kind of like the way that look like on the night, like, cause I'm still in the video. We locked in. Like, I like that on the black. I like that on the black. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, yeah, bro. But that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I did. I mean, it took, the hardest thing was choosing the clips. It's not hard. And I got these right here because I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep this clip. I had multiple clips right here. I'm gonna keep this clip. You know, I had a clip right here. I was gonna keep, you know, that type of thing. And I had like 2 right here. I had more, but I deleted them just to kind of clean it up a little bit. But that's what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? I like to look at all these takes that we did up here. You know, and this, of course, is the track. But all these, you know, we got all the takes that some I barely even use, but it was good to have, you know, just in case I wanted to go a different direction. You know, so, and this is the football one I was talking about that really didn't even make a lot of too much of a sense. That's why I didn't go with it. I mean, it was cool, but I was like, you know, I ain't really liking that too much. But I mean, it was another one that I didn't use. I think this one I didn't use. Not for real. I should have. It's alright. It was just too short. It might have been just a tad bit too short. I think that's when I cut something because I had that idea. I had an idea to do this instead. Like, you know what I mean?
You just had to have been there like this. That nigga just funny.
Man, we was just messing around, you know, and we was talking. I was trying to get my stuff set up. All right. You know, that type of thing. So we was there, like we was, you know, and that's where I got him walking in right here and then transitioning to each car. This is what it looked like without the turn. Like we had to go to each. That's me doing your fireball. Well, we started over and then we started from right here. We started right there. And then, of course, you get down, he get down, walk around. You know what I'm saying? So he just do the same thing around the whole car and just kind of get what I want out of it. You know, whichever, of course, this is us driving. You know, we got a lot. You know, and compensated well. That's part of it. You know, that's what it is. Especially if you want a video like this, man. Hey, let's work. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely gonna cost you. But willing to play like that. You know what I'm saying? You pay to play. That's what it is. Don't stop with me. Definitely don't stop with me. So yeah, man, that's it. That's all I got for y'all boys, man. I appreciate y'all stopping by, man. We just gonna wrap that one up. I had fun. That was good. That was good.